Welcome back to my channel. This is the second episode of the Vision Jet flying from Rogers, Arkansas to Seville, Spain. And today we're going to be flying from Bangor, Maine to Goose Bay, Newfoundland. So stay tuned, it should be interesting. Okay, I've got it pulled up here on ForeFlight. We will be flying at 31,000 feet today and a distance of 608 nautical miles, and estimated fuel need is 786 pounds. Estimated time en route is 2 hours and 33 minutes. I'm going to add probably 70 more pounds of fuel on for alternate, and so yeah, it's a mandatory stop. Goose Bay is a mandatory stop for the North Atlantic crossing. We have to fill up full of fuel before we leave. Cold weather ops starts from this point on. We get through to Greenland and Iceland and across the Atlantic. We are currently on the ramp at Bangor, Maine, and I'm going to put in our flight plan. So now we're going to go, I'm going to put in Goose Bay, Newfoundland, which is CYYR. There, Goose Bay. Enter. And enter. Okay, so there we have it. Bangor, Maine, Goose Bay. Yeah, and I have it also in my ForeFlight. It says we have 608 nautical miles. Let us get some fuel. On today's flight, we're going to be flying at 31,000 feet into Goose Bay. Should take us about 2 hours, 33 minutes, depending on the winds above, but they should be okay for now. So let's get her going. Okay, fuel pump is on, nav is on. Now, I want to see where I'm at. We're VFR. And it looks like runway 33. No. Okay. Here we go. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Stroke on.
Approach, entered runway 33, 11,300 feet remaining.
Gear up. Flaps up. pilot. Alright, so we're off at local time is 9:32 a.m. and according to the Garmin, 4 hours and 28 minutes. However, once we get our cruising altitude and cruise speed, that's going to come down to about 2 hours and 30 minutes. We're full of fuel. We've got a 24 knot tailwind, 7 knot crosswind, and we're indicating true airspeed of 114 knots. And 139 knots is our ground speed. According to ForeFlight, the weather in Goose Bay is VFR, so we shouldn't have any issues to reach our 1,000 to go. Cruising altitude 31,000. Alright, if all goes well, looks like we got a 52 knot tailwind with a 13 knot crosswind from the right. And we got 1 hour and 29 minutes before we get to Goose Bay. It's 455 nautical miles. There's some lightning down there, looks like. Excuse me. descent. Yeah. I need to pick up. Okay. Where are we here? Okay, we're starting our descent into Goose Bay for our approach. We got to get down to 2,800 feet at our first approach fix. APRAS, APRAS. It's 116 nautical miles away. And by my calculations, if I'm descending at 1,000 feet a minute, I should make it in about, from this point on, about 18 minutes. But we should be right on. May have to adjust it a little bit later, but let it ride for now.
Goose Bay information lead. 1500 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 3,000 view, 24,000 scattered. Temperature -13. Dew point -19. Altimeter 3020. Arriving runway 16. Departing runway 16. Advise on initial contact you have linked.
Yeah, I see the runway. Disengage the autopilot and fly this in. Way high. It's okay. We'll get there. Goose Bay, Canada. Goose Bay, Labrador, Newfoundland. I guess they share the same airport. Whoop. We won't count that as 3, but 4, 5. Welcome to Goose Bay, Canada. Okay, here we are on the ramp in Goose Bay, and it took us 2 hours and 35 minutes, I think it would come up with. Okay, well, stay tuned. Thank you for joining me on this second episode of my trip to Spain, and this is our final stop before we make that Atlantic crossing. So you have a great day, and we'll see you later in the next episode.